We provide breakfast, lunch, and or dinner. We are currently doing maybe about 2,500 meals a day, and about 1,500 of those meals we are actually selling to these customers. We sell them either an individualized meal where someone can get an already portioned meal, or in some instances it come to them in what we call family style meals, where at the location it actually gets served to the customers. IKEDA has sort of two prongs. We've tried what we call corporate catering. It probably represents fewer than about 5% of our revenue. That's going to be typical to, like, if you go online and you're ordering from a Panera for say a meeting or something of the sort. Whereas with the family style meals, those folks actually sign a contract. They're with us for at least a year, and we're contracted to provide those meals to them. Layered into the enterprise is, of course, the job training program. So along with our professional staff of about, say, 30 individuals, our executive chef and his team, we also have the job training program where we enroll maybe about 90 individuals a year, six intervals or so. And those individuals come directly from our programs operated by Pine Street Inn. So they can come from our house, they can come from the shelter, and then they're also referred to us by our customers that we provide meals to. So I'll say here, for instance, Community Resource to Justice, they're one of our customers. Well, they will refer their clients into our job training program.
So, particularly the workforce development piece, we view that as a way to help people stabilize, right? Housing is what we want to do. We want to get people housed. But, when you get people in housing, you can't just leave them there. They need to have some way to sustain themselves. They need to have something to do. So that we use the workforce development programs to help as a stabilization, to help people get out there and re-engage in their community and keep their housing. After we get them housing, we want to keep them in housing. So that's really, at a very high level, what I think strategically when I think about the workforce development program.
One of the problems we're struggling with is this issue of trying to figure out our capacity in the kitchen. We had an experience back in October of 2014, I believe. That's when the bridge that led to Long Island shelter closed. And our kitchen within a 24-hour period, so we got a notice in the afternoon, and the next morning, we doubled in terms of how many meals we were producing. The entire population that was located out on the island.
It was so amazing to hear all the different ideas, to hit the main thing, which is our capacity. But that comes out in so many different ways. It's how much detail can our drivers handle? What's our customer interface, right? All these things going on. More customers, so you want that to be as seamless as possible. Space is a big issue, but also sort of even just our management of our teams. So, they came up with some amazing ideas, just how to use the space better. Really clever things. How to use the space better in our inventory room. How to use the space better in our trucks and shipping, how to do all that. That's always an issue, right? Another truck is expensive, so if we can be more efficient with that. We talked about front ends, dealing with customers, how to get them signed up, how they can make orders more easily. And then, even things like mindfulness. We have a mindfulness program for our trainees. And, we've had mindfulness for a couple of years now. I think it was here before I got here. But they thought about, well, what is the application of the same program to our staff? And you can just see the light bulbs virtually anyway. You can see the light bulbs going on. So I think each one of these areas, like Roger said, that builds up to this capacity. What are we capable of doing? They were hit each one of them in such a great way with like real solutions that we have a list we're going to start doing. So it wasn't just a paper exercise. I think that was the real value. They were focused right at what we needed and achievable solutions in a couple of weeks. It was amazing amazing progress and super efficient. It was great.
So now that the hackathon is over, we've had some time to reflect upon it. And I think everyone at Wave really thought it was a fantastic opportunity and yet another example of how people can virtually come together to help others and have fun. And particularly during a global pandemic, those two things are just incredibly important, you know, helping others, but also finding some joy in the world. And I really think that the hackathon afforded us that, that opportunity. In addition, it was just a great event in that it really brought together the multiple disciplines that are involved with drug discovery, development, and manufacturing, and then applied them to a completely different but equally important mission, helping the homeless. And I think a lot of our employees found that very gratifying, that they were able to bring kind of this cross-functional, collaborative kind of work ethic that we have in biotech and apply that to a different field. In addition, I think it was fantastic to see other companies come together in the hackathon, and all of us enjoyed, you know, learning from each other and seeing how different teams really viewed the challenges at Pine Street in very different ways.
So I thought it was a really innovative way to approach development of solutions, to make connections with the local organization, and also to be able to volunteer in the absence of some of the in-person opportunities that we're usually able to contribute to.
One of the solutions that we thought was really easy was they already have systems like SharePoint, but they were not using it at full capacity. So they are paying for, they have it. And that was really easy to advise them to say, look, you can use this for sharing documents, for the planning of the meals, for the signature of the documents with the contracts. So it was a tool that they have it, but they are not using it at full capacity. And also, another solution that we saw was about the trucks in the winter and insulating them and how long the food stays, maximizing the capacity in the truck and that the food stays warm. And with short money, we were able to give them a solution to insulate the trucks from, you know, insulation material from Home Depot. It was nothing like difficult to implement. It was simple with a low budget and something that they, in some solutions that they can see a benefit in a really short time.
So I think there are a lot of reasons why it's critical for companies to give back to their communities. And I just want to touch on two. I think one is we don't work in isolation. My colleagues in biotech are engaged with the local community. They want to find ways to give back and make tangible improvements and help take a stand for social good. And I think that's really important. I think Life Science Cares really provides an easy way for our employees to do precisely that. Number two, giving back also provides visibility into the life science industry to those who we would otherwise have no contact with. And you know, I think it demystifies who we are and what we do. And I hope it also starts to extend the understanding of what types of jobs and careers are available within this industry. And that it's not just scientists or physicians, but that there are roles in manufacturing, finance, project management, logistics, law, marketing, and that these roles are accessible to a lot of people.
One of our primary goals is to develop therapies that have a lasting and positive impact in people's lives. And I think in particular, as a member of the patient advocacy team, I know that our colleagues really value fundamentally the human connection to their work and the potential to make a difference. And so I think that really translates, you know, in what we strive for every day to also thinking about making a difference in the community that's right around us in Boston.